Thank you, Simon. First of all, can I say that I had the great honour of being appointed Minister for Disabilities 2.5 years ago, and one of my main objectives as Minister was to increase the investment in disability services, which had seen such underinvestment during and after the financial crash. This objective has been increased with considerable increases in the disability services budget, and I'm delighted to have got 150 million more for 2019, bringing our disability budget up to 1.838 billion. Can I also say that I'm delighted to be able to secure the funding for additional therapy posts for assessment of need and therapeutic interventions. We know how important early intervention is in supporting children to reach their full potential. We've been listening to the parents, we've been listening to the families. The Government is committed to the full implementation of progressing disability services for children and young people with disabilities. Increased investment in this area will provide 100 additional specialist therapy posts, which will allow the HSE to put more resources into clearing the backlog in the assessment of need. It will also free up resources to deliver therapies to children who are now on lengthy waiting lists. Additional funding secured this year will also include required pay adjustments, the full year effect of 2018 service developments, and additional funding to address key priorities, including additional day services for school leavers. As you know, we have 1,500 school leavers every year coming into the system at the age of 18. This 12 million will be used to develop these services and put them on a strong footing. On taking office, one of my other priorities was to ensure that all young adults leaving school or rehab training will have access to supports and services which meet their needs at one of the most important, crucial transition points in their lives. The additional funding obtained this year will provide the full year effect of these additional services in 2019, as well as making sure that the needs of all those leaving school in 2019 will also be addressed. The important thing as well in relation to disability services, it's strongly linked into the whole Sláinte Care plan. I will be working very closely with Laura McGahey, the HSE and the Department of Health on building and developing this relationship. There are a number of key other priorities from the programme for government which will need to be progressed in 2019 within the overall increased envelope of funding for the HSE. I will be asking the HSE to examine how this can be achieved in preparation for the National Service Plan. The focus for disability services will be a number of priority areas arising from the ongoing demographic changes, including, and again my priorities will be, residential places, respite places, personal assistance and home support service hours. This is, when I took over as Minister, I set myself 3 short objectives. First of all, reform the services. Secondly, invest the services. But thirdly, and very importantly, is to put the person with the disability at the centre of the services, in line with the UN Convention for the Rights of People with Disabilities, which we ratified last April. Thank you.
Thank you, Finian.